Well
and that's
said.
the point.
Well said. All right, a couple more questions, and we're going to get to another song. Again, V is for Villains here in the studio for the New Music Binge. Switching up gears a little bit from the music, any favorite TV shows you guys like to follow or you've recently been watching?
I really got turned on to Breaking Bad the other night when I couldn't sleep.
Top notch.
Yeah, completely,
How far into it are you?
I made it a few times to the third episode, and I get stuck there where I fall asleep.
Oh, man.
So,
you have so much more.
I know, I'm so excited, but I'm just hitting the very first season. But I know we both also like Dexter. We like really dark, kind of funny.
Have any of you guys read the book of Dexter?
I have not.
I read half of the first one, and it was very different.
It's more different at the end, but the first one's definitely the best one out of the series of books. It was a book originally
I heard
first.
that it got spiritual, like weird.
The third book does get spiritual, and that's where they lost me. Really? So yes, I'm right there with you. But what about TV shows? What are you watching?
I'm a. You know what? This is going to sound ridiculous, but it's honest. I've been watching R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Housewives or something.
I thought you were going to say Goosebumps when you said R.L. Stein.
I've also been watching Goosebumps. And 1960s Batman.
Oh, you can't go wrong with 1960s Batman. All right, well, how about when you guys sit down to your computer, open up your laptop, some of your favorite websites to check out?
Pornhub.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Porn. First thing that comes to mind.
I haven't heard that from a band ever.
No, never?
Never.
Like that.
Shockingly novel.
You're a musician and you like pornography.
Weird. Pandora's usually something that I pop up pretty quickly. Okay, maybe we should skip to the next question.
Any video game players in the band? What are you playing?
Sold. Skyrim.
Really? You like it?
Oh, it's incredible. Playing Skyrim, Arkham City was incredible.
How far are you along in Arkham City?
Oh, I've got a 78% completion rating. So I've finished the main game. I've done stuff, like all the little challenges and stuff like that. Found all the little Riddler trophies. Right, it's cool as hell.
I think we're going to get to another song right now. What song are we going to hear next, guys?
Everybody Hates Me.
Anything you want to say about it before it gets played?
Everybody Hates Me.
All right, we'll be back with more V is for Villains here on Fearless Radio, the New Music Binge. Fearless Radio, the New Music Binge. V is for Villains are here in the studio with me right now for the New Music Binge. Guys, got some more tweets here. Hannah from the UK wanted to say she really, 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 really likes the song and the band and thinks you should come to the UK so she can steal that hat.
You know what's funny is I agree with Hannah.
All right, so a couple more questions for these guys, and I'm going to get them out of here. We got Kill Hannah coming up next for the New Music Binge. Now, have you guys ever thought about doing a show sans the outfits? Maybe for a Halloween show.
Like an acoustic show or something? Where we all sit on the stage?
There we go.
Everybody hates me.
Everybody
just like
hates
that.
me.
I think Kevin Smith said it best when Prince asked him. He said, "Well, you could make a movie without swearing," and he's just like, "Well, I know I could, but why? Why? Why would I? Like, I can. Yeah, sure, I can. Like, I do my laundry in my street clothes and shit.
All right.
Like, I don't go home and see my mom, and I'm like, hey, Mom."
Well, it's just something you haven't thought about. All right.
No, honestly, I mean, we were in another band for a while, and we used to play, and it was still costumey, but a lot less, a lot more toned down.
Now, you guys, off air, you said that you kind of like to shut it down for the winter. Are there any big plans for the rest of 2011? I know we're kind of winding down to the end here.
Well, we're finishing the album right now. It's called Evolve or Die. I've been working on it since February 2010.
Wow.
And the thing is, we do most of the writing, all the mixing, mastering, all the recording, everything in-house. I pretty much do all that stuff.
Now, is it because you prefer doing it in-house or because it's easier, less expensive to do in-house?
Well, it's a combination of those reasons. Number one, it is less expensive than paying, $120-something an hour for a studio. Yeah, exactly. And then, I was not getting the results that I wanted when I used to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're so rushed, and you've got to communicate your vision to somebody else. And that's a hard thing to do even between engineers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because sound is so subjective that, what is good, So I figure if I cut that middleman out and I take on those responsibilities myself, then I can get exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and that's something that I've run into with the previous band was you pay all this money to do things at the studio, but are you really getting your best performance at the studio? And a lot of the times if you're feeling that anxiety of every second you waste cost you like $50, then you're not really focused on the music.
It's true. I agree. 100%.
So how long is Evolve or Die done? Are you wrapping it up?
Evolve or Die is in its final stages.
So it's dying?
It's dying. It's evolving. It's evolving.
How long have you been sitting on, like, I know it's almost done, but, like, the songs you're not going to go back and, like, switch lyrics or switch anything like that. How long have you been sitting on it for?
Well, in terms of the songwriting, I think the songwriting has been pretty concrete for about 8 or 9 months, maybe longer, maybe about a year. Mm-hmm. Because we've been performing it on stage. All the songs that anybody that's listening that has gone to the shows that they've heard live, those are the songs from the album, yes. So the songwriting has been pretty concrete. It's just a matter of tweaking parts here and there. Does this flow right? Does that flow right? I mean, can I shorten this verse? Do I need to keep, this bridge here or there? Redoing drum parts, saying, okay, this should have crashes, this should have this or that. It's just kind of like a big brainstorming thing where I have to sit down and kind of go, okay, I've got my performer's hat, no pun intended. I'm going to switch to my producer's hat.
Is it shorter?
It is. My producer's hat
larger.
It's way larger.
Well, okay, so by the time the Evolve or Die comes out in spring of 2012, you would have been working on this for 2 years.
About 2 years, yeah.
So when you get back into the studio, start working on it again, are you going to give yourself like a timetable or a deadline to say, I want it done by this point, or do you kind of like, making your own schedule?
You see, I think the thing is, here's the thing, is that in the last 2 years, I have worked on this thing almost every day. And that sounds insane, but the thing is there will probably be about 14 songs on the album when it's finished.
Okay.
It'll probably sit at around 42 minutes. There are probably about 7 or 8 songs, 9 songs on top of that you'll never hear. Because it's kind of saying, it's not about working on my own time frame, it's about good is good and bad is bad. And if I don't feel like something is up to that standard, then I'm not just going to roll with it just to get something out there. Okay. I'm going to sit there and really work on it. So I think what happens with this album will determine what we do with the next one. If it sells well, and if people kind of say like there's a future for selling music independently, then I will probably continue to sell. If I don't feel like there's a real sales market for it, meaning everybody just downloads it for free, then I'll just release songs, probably.
So you were shooting for 2012, early 2012 for the release of the album. Any other big plans for 2012 for the band?
We are going to start booking again around that time. We play, good places in Chicago, so there'll be more shows. We want to get into the trade show scene, circuit. We want to go and hang out at the conventions. And you'll see us at your local bar just hanging around.
Now, you're going to laugh at me for asking this next question, but is there any chance for a V is for Villains holiday song?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
In the works, maybe, or just yes?
Yes. And in the works, yeah.
And there might be some special holiday photos that we do as well.
Keep an eye out for the Christmas cards.
If people want to keep an eye out for the Christmas cards, where can they find you at on the internet?
They can find us at VIsForVillains.com, Facebook.com/VIsForVillains. Any social media, Google us, you will find us.